12 began with the Raiders finally getting a victory. Now everybody can shut the fuck up about this 0-16 bullshit talk. But it's time for the rest of your picks. Let's get right through these because I don't have time for this bullshit. Packers going on the road to face the Minnesota Vikings. Look for Green Bay. Look, Packers are not going to score 55 points, and may not even score 30. But I'll take the Green Bay Packers to win. Look for the Packers to fall right back down to earth, but they're taking on the Vikings, and they suck. Hopefully, who cares if I'm wrong? I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. Alright, Titans facing the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles, end of story. Yes, Mark Sanchez had an off week, but he won't have another off week. Colts taking on the Jaguars. Colts, end of story. Yeah, they're going to beat Jacksonville. End of story. Alright, moving on. Patriots hosting the Detroit Lions. Lions suffered a heartbreaking loss. Well, not a heartbreaking loss, but a pretty devastating loss to the Arizona Cardinals last week. Can they bounce back now as they're facing the New England Patriots? This will be a hell of a game. But I got to take the New England Patriots to win, obviously. They're just on a roll right now. It's kind of hard to go against them. I shouldn't have went against them last week. So, yeah, whatever. Browns facing the Atlanta Falcons. Once again, not a firm believer in the Cleveland Browns. Take the Atlanta Falcons to win this game. I understand. Yeah. Josh Gordon is back. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, expect this to actually be a shootout. But I still see Atlanta winning. End of story. Moving on. Bears taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lovie Smith facing his former team. With that being said, I like the Chicago Bears to win this game. This should be a shootout as well. Should be a great week for fantasy players, I'll tell you that, but who cares? And this game should be no exception as far as I'm concerned. Alright, moving on. Bengals having to go on the road to face the Houston Texans. Andy Dalton is 0-3 against the Houston Texans since 2011, his first year in the National Football League. Make that 0-4. I'm taking the Houston Texans. I think bad Andy shows up this week. We saw good Andy last week, or at least somewhat good Andy last week, but bad Andy's going to return. Take the Texans. All right, late afternoon games. Seahawks facing the Arizona Cardinals. And I'm back to saying this again. If the Seahawks lose this game, they're done. And let me just say this. I'm going to make a bold prediction now. People are going to shit on me for this, but I've never learned my lesson about shit like this. The Cardinals are going to be the first team to start 9-1 and miss the playoffs. Am I the only one? Seriously, am I the only one that is not a firm believer in the Arizona Cardinals? What the fuck is going on? And once again, every time the Seahawks lose, the doubters and haters. And granted, I agree, the Seahawks not the same team as they were last year. And yes, the Cardinals are. I will say the Cardinals are an improved football team, but I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks. If I'm wrong, I will stop talking. I will stop saying that the Cardinals will miss the playoffs. Because if they start 10-1, it's it. That's it. They're done. That's it. It's done. But I don't think they're going to. Take the Seattle Seahawks to win this game. Chargers hosting the St. Louis Rams. I'm going to take this. Look for the San Diego Chargers to beat the Rams to make the AFC West more interesting. Yeah, the Rams beat the Broncos. Okay, great, but the Rams they're not winning back-to-back games. At least not At least not yet. Dolphins going on the road to face the Denver Broncos. Well, if last week's matchup was a bad matchup for the Broncos against the Rams defense, then this week's matchup is going to be no better. Because the Broncos are facing a very tough Dolphins defense. The Broncos offensive line is shit. Who knows if Julius and Emmanuel are going to be ready to go. And Peyton Manning is he's starting to show his age. I mean, it's unfortunate, but he's starting to show his age, people. So, with that in mind, I hate to do this because I am a Broncos fan. First, last, and always. But I gotta take the Miami Dolphins to win at Mile High. I understand the Dolphins. Listen, last time these two teams faced each other, a whole lot of shit happened. And you know, it was Tim Tebow, and who was the quarterback for the Broncos, of course, and whoever was quarterbacking the Dolphins at that time. But it took the leg of Matt Prater and a lucky onside kick to beat the Miami Dolphins. I got news for you. Dolphins have a better quarterback than they did 3 years ago. Dolphins' defense has been pretty top-notch since then as well. I see an upset happening in Denver. I'm sorry. So yeah, take the Miami Dolphins to beat the Broncos to make the AFC West, and therefore the AFC, that much more interesting. Moving on, 49ers facing the Washington Redskins at Niners. End of story. Should be an interesting game. Could be a sleeper for game of the week anyway. But I'm going to take the Niners. Moving on, it's the Sunday Night Football. Cowboys facing the New York Giants. Expect this pick to possibly be changed, but I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys. The Giants, they're done. I really should take the New York Giants to win this game, because, I mean, give me a break. But I'm going to take the Cowboys for now. Alright, the first of two Monday night games. Because of the blizzard, the massive blizzard that's happening in Buffalo right now. My apologies to the people in Buffalo. And I hope everyone's okay over there. Shit. Sadly, the game had to be moved from not only from a different night, but a different place as well. So the Buffalo's going to Detroit. And I was going to take Buffalo, and I still probably should, but I'm going to take the New York Jets now. Although it would be funny but Buffalo did pick up a victory at Ford Field earlier in the year. Just saying, you know. But I'm going to take the New York Jets for now. And the second of the Monday game, ESPN NFL Monday, Saints hosting the Baltimore Ravens, should be an interesting one as well. But I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints. If they lose 3 games in a row in a 3-game homestand, look out, because Atlanta is coming. Atlanta's coming, and they might overtake the South this year. So, that's it. Till next time, later, fuckers.